Hi, everyone. I am Wendy M. Watson, love and embodiment architect, and welcome to the Unraveling. This is a little short social series that I started to demonstrate how I unraveled from when I hit rock bottom to becoming this beautiful, successful woman in front of you. And this is episode 16. We're going to talk about energy. What is that? So, we're going to go dive in and learn about how I learned about energy, what it was, and how to build my business from it. All right, so I'm in massage school. We're going to back up just a little bit from the last episode. And amongst all the muscle and tissue and bones and all the things and the pathologies, some of the things that we learned was reflexology, polarity, cranial sacral, myofascial release. And these are all energetic based modalities that are used in massage school. And what I realized was that I was naturally gifted at the energy modalities. And it felt like something that I was remembering that I didn't know about myself. I was remembering something about me that I didn't know that I had. And I realized why. Both of my maternal grandparents did energy work. They just called it something different. My grandfather would go to church and he'd lay hands on people. The energy that came off of his hands would help the people that he laid his hands on. My grandmother had her Christian chant. Like most people, one of my legs is shorter than the other one. So I'd sit on a chair, I'd prop my feet up on an ottoman. She would hold my ankles and she would do her Christian chant as my legs energetically moved back and forth until they evened out, and it would fix my gait. So I didn't know it, but the healing was in my lineage. So now we're going to fast forward a couple of years, and I'm at the yoga studio, still learning, finding my rhythm, thinking that I'm learning about business, thinking that I'm learning my management skills. But this time, everything around me vibrated differently. Yogis, the biggest thing that I had to learn at the yoga studio was that yogis are energetic and very spiritual beings. They don't just listen to what you say and what you tell them, they feel who you are. They have to experience your energy, they have to experience your spirituality, they have to experience you outside of your words in order to trust you. So I had to get creative. I put a massage chair in the boutique and I would do 5-10 minute massages before, after, and between classes. I would go in during Shavasana and do foot and neck massages, which is the resting pose at the end of a yoga class. And I would go to as many yoga classes as possible because it wasn't about networking. It was about connecting with them. It was about building relationships. It was about building the trust. And what I had to learn was listening to the quiet, to trust the pauses, to meet people's energies, not their pain points. I'm going to repeat that again. Meeting people's energies and not their pain points, which a lot of people love to focus on. So with practicing all of this, my intuition started coming back online because I had turned it down. And I could sense things before people spoke. Their energy told me stories that their mouths or their bodies couldn't. And I'd leave a session realizing that we worked through emotions that they still hadn't named yet or they weren't willing to talk about. And it all happened through energy and through presence. That space deepened everything about my awareness, my leadership, my listening, my empathy, my awareness, my connection with myself. The yoga studio wasn't just where I built a business. It's where I started remembering my gifts and putting them into action. You know, I started this job thinking I was learning a business, but what I was really learning was energy and how to put it into action beyond the massage table, but really with the interaction of energy. How to listen with my hands, my heart, my intuition, how to lead through alignment, not effort. However, the alignment and the effort are married with each other and they have to interact with each other. And it was where I learned how to build trust one vibration at a time. And when energy shifts and you become more in alignment with yourself, in business, with people, in life, the relationships that are not aligned cannot help but reveal themselves. So next week in the Unraveling, episode number 17, we're going to talk about what happens when that energy meets resistance and I'm forced to make choices that test every alignment that I just built.